What was the situation? We actually talked about it one of the times you were here, but for this episode,
right.
with Boyz in the Hood and Bad Boy and your involvement and when you kind of left that situation.
Okay, so I never left. I was hot as fish grease.
Right, yes. Yes, you were.
Like, which was all the tapes that I was passing out out of my car. You know what I'm saying? And all the promo I was doing, because I started guerrilla marketing. Like, I really was the one out here, like, pushing the line with, like, spending his own money. I spent, you know, millions to get on, you know what I'm saying, before I seen anything.
Right.
And with Boyz in the Hood.
And this is Block Entertainment, right?
Yeah, this is Block. So Boyz in the Hood, God bless the dead, Kim Porter, which is a sister of mine, which is Puff's kid's mother, knew the homie, and her friend Erica, Ebony, which is my sister too, hit me, and it was like, yo, you gotta come by the studio. Puff got this group, he wants you to do a song. So I went, and the first song I ever did was Them Boys. By the way, like I'm still not a rapper. I'm still riding around in that Ferrari with $500,000 in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a rapper, so I get in the room with these guys, and they're doing this song, Them Boys, and I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in here with people who like spitting bars, you know what I mean? So it took me like an hour and a half to just write my verse. And it took me like another hour to put it down because I'm not so familiar with the studio. So by that time, everybody walked out because Trick was there, Jazzy Faye was there, and everybody was there. And I remember them like, you know, people in the hallway talking shit. Like, man, he whack, ooh. So I remember I put it down and I walked down the hallway and told them to play it. And it was like, if it's taking too long to lock up, by the time the 4th bar came, everybody that was outside talking shit was in the studio going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I told y'all, you know what I mean? But what happened was, you know, I was about my business early and I didn't need anything from anyone. And when Kevin Liles and L.A. Reid signed me to Def Jam, Kevin left 2 weeks after he signed me.
Oh, to Atlantic.
To Atlantic, Kevin Liles. And they never told me who the next president was gonna be. So when I was walking to Def Jam to go to the building, I seen this black Maybach pull up. And I'm sitting now, you know how you run your credentials so you can get the pass and all that, give him your ID. And the door open, and it's Hove. He like, yo, Jeezy, what's up? I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he's like, come on, walk up with me.
You knew him prior to that?
I've seen him, but not like that. Like, we had no conversation.
Oh, so in that little area that you put your ID in, the security guard, they can give you a little badge. They say just such.
Yeah, and then
Hove
walks in and said, come on, walk up with me.
He was already the president?
He said, you know, I'm up here, I got you.
Okay.
I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I love Kevin Liles, but damn, you know. This shit started to make sense now, you feel me? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So, so when I got with Hove, I instantly realized, cause I love Puff, but you know, I had little man syndrome back then, so every time I was around Puff, I was trying to show him, I got the same watch as you, same car. That was my whole thing. I was like, my chest was out. And he was just like, yo, man, you know what I mean? So,
Puff.
Puff, he was just like, yo, what's up?
He was like, relax.
Like, calm down.
So it took Jay, he's like, yo, what's going on with you and Puff? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, he gotta know that up, boo. And the whole time I'm talking shit, I'm not realizing that Puff is on the other end of the pool table. You know?
Shit. Like, I didn't know y'all was playing pool. How did the pool?
No, this is like one day we was in the 40-40.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm thinking it's the same day.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on with you and Puff? I was like, oh, you know, I'm getting money. Well, you know how it is. You street guy, you feel like you get money. You close to Jay-Z now. It's like you ready to go to war for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you cool with him? He was like, yeah, that's my man. And he was like, Puff is on the other end of the table. So me and Puff had already done the Boyz in the Hood deal. But it was like, it was a lot of things that happened during the deal that kind of like made me feel different. Like, meaning like I'm going to Magic City. And Puff is calling my phone to sign the deal for Boyz in the Hood. But I'm telling him I'm going to Magic City. And he's calling my phone back to back. And he like go to Kinko's and sign the contract and send it back like with the fax machine.
By the way, kids, Kinko's is a place you should go to get
tape.
copies and Xeroxes and shit. So for those who don't know the Xerox, that's how you copy some shit. Okay, continue.
So now I'm like, yo, I ain't going to Kinko's. So I just had a chip on my shoulder, and it was when Jay was like, yo, man, like, you know, he sat me and Puff down and we just, you know, talked. You know, so I got a chance to really know because I didn't really, I knew him, but I knew him through like meeting him. So I only saw him in club settings. So I was like, I'm a street guy. You know, you gonna respect me. That was my whole MO with any rapper or any entertainer because it was just like, I'm risking my life out here. Y'all ain't going through this shit. So anyway, Puff and Jay sit there and I go, look, man, I want to do the Puff deal, but I'm only gonna do one album. I gave Puff a number. And he was cool with that, you know what I'm saying? And me and Puff been cool ever since. Like, that's my bro. Like, we chop it up about business, spirituality, whatever. But he was like, all right, cool. And now I got Puff and Jay in the same room, and they're agreeing to let me do this Boyz in the Hood album. Only one album. Push Thug Motivation back, which is highly anticipated for a month.
Which is your first album,
my
released
first
on
album.
Def Jam.
Right, Thug Motivation 101. So in my mind, I'm coming off a Trap or Die, and I'm using them boys as another marketing piece. You know what I'm saying? So now I got 2 deals and I'm building this momentum. That was my mindset.
That was genius.
So
That was genius.
And with the guys, you know, and no disrespect to them, I just think I was a little more seasoned when it came from business because I came out of the streets and I was used to dealing with real.
When you say the guys, you talk about the other people from Boyz in the Hood.
Boyz in the Hood. So they didn't understand, you know, what I was doing because I'm thinking business. I mean, I get the records and I also knew that them boys was a hit.
Was you ever looked at as like you going for the selfish move or
I think that if I'm honest, and they'll probably tell you this, I think it's been some situations where I kind of tried to put them on the game, but they probably looked at me like I was separating the group.
And you really wasn't the official rapper at that time either.
I was the street guy who just had one good verse on the whole project. And by the
essentially
way,
like Easy E.
I was on the tour with
like Easy.
Like Easy E.
And I was on tour with Jody Breeze. Like Jody Breeze was the guy. Like all the girls left Jody. Like we on the bus like, damn, like I got a $100,000 Rolex. You don't see this shit? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
But before you continue, because I also worked the Bad Boy Records. And he was on, where did the Boyz go? Boyz is a part of the street team too. And they was pushing, we was the Miami street team. I was running it down here and they were like, okay, this is a South record. Y'all got to push this. But there seemed to be some confusion when that record came. Because it was like you're in the group, you're not in the group, and I don't remember clearly how it was the timeline back then.
Boyz in the Hood group,
I
mean, record,
the record.
Okay. Well, the thing was that, rightfully so, I'm my own boss because I'm pressing on my own CDs, I'm paying for my own stuff, I'm signed to Def Jam, I got a publishing situation. You ask Big John, he'll tell you.
Big John, that's that money man.
I didn't even cash my Def Jam and my publishing check. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just had these checks in my house. Well, the publishing check I lost in a pair of jeans, which was crazy because I had to figure that out. Because I didn't know. And then I had, my Def Jam check that I didn't even cash because I had bread. And I remember Jay called me one day. He was like, yo, what are you doing?
I hope they reissue the check for you.
Okay. Where did you lose the publishing check? You don't even remember?
No, I lost it. And then I called Big John. Well, shout out to Big John.
And he had to give you that check again.
He had to reissue it. He didn't understand what the hell.
Because nobody can take that check and cash it.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm a street guy. I had my money in Louis Vuitton bags. I thought when he gave me the check that it was already somewhere I needed to go pick it up. I didn't know about bank accounts.
Like it was a cashier's check.
Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was a huge check. A huge check. And me and John laugh about that along. Just anyway. But the reality of it is, I didn't discuss with the guys what I was doing on the business side, so they probably felt like that I was being selfish, but I had a plan. You feel me? And that was my plan.
Because y'all was never really officially a group. Y'all was kind of like put together.
I was getting a label deal with Def Jam, which was CTE. Then
from the beginning.
Shout out to the new deal, Corporate Thugs Entertainment. But I had a plan, and I wasn't trying to just be in a group. You see what I'm saying? Because I wanted to break my own artists and do my own thing. So, again, communication. I didn't talk to them and say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. I was more so like, I'm going to do this. Y'all got to figure this shit out.